Well, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Merry, Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas. Let me see if I can hear myself on my channel. Yeah, I can hear it. Merry Christmas, all my fine aviation enthusiast friends. Welcome back to the Airplane Show. First show of Christmas 2023, bitch. Yes. So we're going to do this here flight today from San Diego to Paradise. Cabo San Lucas, my favorite destination to go to for a vacation. Absolutely. If you've never had a chance to go to Cabo San Lucas, you need to get off your ass and do it at some point in your life. I can't do it right now because I am broke as hell. But if you have the money to go, you needs to do it because Cabo San Lucas is amazing. Absolutely. All right, we got Alaska Airlines. Do we want to do 2018? Yeah, we'll do 2018. We didn't do this one last time. Last time we did the older livery. The older livery's got like some red stuff coming out of that area there on the tail. So, all right, let's get the gate 48 at San Diego. San Diego. It's the first time I've actually created a thumbnail other than just taking a picture. Like, usually I just download a picture and paste it. This time I actually use the software I used when I was making the Aerofly videos. I used the same software to, just edit the video a little bit and add a couple things. So we will see. It was easy. It's easy to do. It's this little thing called Haptic, which is part of CapCut. CapCut's what I used when I was editing videos. CapCut's a great system. If you're needing to edit videos, pictures and shit like that, CapCut is very easy to use. And there's a lot of free features on it. A lot of free features. All right, we were at gate 48. That's what it said. That's what it said on FlightAware was gate 48. Wow, all the way out there. That can't be right. That can't be right. Is there another? I guess that's the only 48 that's out. I thought it would have been like, over here. But that's what it said. It said gate 48. It said D48, actually. So, I don't know. We'll just choose a different gate. Let's choose 66, 67, 68. Here, I like gate 69. Let's do that. That'll force me to try to figure out if I'm backing up correctly or not. Backing up is always so difficult. Why do I have two OBSs open? What the hell? Weird. Oh well. Now it's one. Turn this up so I can hear. Yeah, man, I love me some Cabo San Lucas. What a beautiful place to go to. All right, we got live weather turned on. We got live time turned on. So we are just now getting into this airplane. We need to get rid of these stairs and get the jetway connected. So let's do that. Let's get in this aeroplane. It always takes a little bit to set up this airplane, but we will do it as quickly as we can. Quickly and efficiently. All right, let's get back in this airplane. Got my mouse. Let's get rid of that. Let's click on menu and hold that open. Actually, I like using this side better for setup. All right, Now this plane should already be set up for everything the way that I like it. Let's see, do we have the 3? Yeah, we have just 3 buttons right here, which means we can do a Category 3 landing. We have the new style system for navigation, and we have our heads-up display. So yeah, we're okay. And we should have random failures turned on. Let me make sure that we actually do have random failures turned on, because that is one thing that I'm trying to get to happen. I want to get a failure at some point. Simulation. It should be back. All right, so we do have speed up turned on. Where's the random failures at? Maybe it's under performance. No, not performance. Aircraft failures. All systems, random service-based failures. Yeah, we do have it on. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and let me open up the flight plan so we can go ahead and... All right, let's get rid of the stairs first. So let's release them. Make sure they get released. Hopefully everybody's having a good Monday. If you're in America, it's everything is closed today pretty much, so it's kind of nice. Hopefully you got everything you needed yesterday, because getting it today is going to be a little difficult most of the time. All right, those have gone away. We can now choose Jetway. And we can go back to this first page now, and we can now connect the Jetway. And we'll sit here and make sure the door opens up. All right, this thing will bend over and give us a kiss. Go ahead, kiss my fuselage. Yeah. Mwah, mwah, mwah. All right, let's open the door so people can get in. All right, let's go to fuel here. And I'm not going to do the whole trucks thing today. We're going to do it a different way. Let me show you how to set it up without trucks. So, because I always use trucks. So today we're not going to use trucks. So right now we're going to enter the total amount of fuel that we need for this flight. So it says 7760. So let's just round up. Let's say 7,800 kilograms of fuel. All right. Let's go to payload. And according to SimBrief, we have 144 people on board. So we have 160 here. So we need to put 144 on board. So what I usually do is I'll usually take like 2 out of first class. So let's put 10 in first class. And we need 144 total. So we'll put 134 in economy. There we go. And our cargo is 3,600, right? So you always put more in the back. So let's do 1,000 in the front here. And we will do 2,600 in the rear. And now our gross weight is 66. Yep, and I have 64 too, so that's fine. Our zero fuel weight is 2,000 kilograms higher here than... Okay, and we have 28.7 is our center of gravity. Let me actually write that down. All right, let me show you how to load up. Let me show you how to load all this onto the plane here. So we need to go back into this ground service system here. And then typically we would like select fuel truck request and type in what we want here, and then it'll fill up. Well, now we're not going to do that. Now we're just going to type in 7,800. Once we turn the plane on, this will say 7,800 also, or 7,801 or 7,799, somewhere in that area. All right. See, now we have 144 here. So now we can type in 144. We need to type it into these fields, otherwise we can't pull it into the FMC. And see, we have 1,000 and 2,600 here. So even if we were to call the trucks over, they would connect. Then they would realize that they have nothing to do, and then they would leave. So, all right, we are all set. We are all ready to set up the airplane. So that was that. Hopefully one day there will be a tablet over here. I know PMDG is working on it. Hopefully they will finish working on it soon. Because as awesome as this plane is, it would be so much better if there was a tablet and a way to pull charts into it. All right, let's put on our emergency lights. Let's put on our seatbelt signs. And let's go ahead and align our IRS. We put it on heading /STS. That nav and that nav. If everything's aligned up, we'll put the yaw dampener on. Screens will come on momentarily. Let me get the flight plan up here. So, let's click clear. Let's do position initialization. And these should be the right coordinates. Let me check the flight plan and look at San Diego's coordinates. That is correct. So let's click on that and let's click here. Now that is all set. Let's adjust the panel lights a little bit. Adjust this one a little bit. All right, there we go. There is our system coming online there. So let's go ahead and plug in our route. So we have KSAN. Much easier to use the mouse. When I use the controller on this system, I have to double click everything. I don't know why I need to double click it. That's just how it operates, but it's nice just being able to click one time. All right, MMSD. This is a real flight, so we have oh, I forgot to set up the fucking call name. Son of a bitch. Oh well. I really don't feel like going back out to the... Well, you know what? Fuck it. Nobody's really watching right now anyway, so... Let's go back out and fix the call sign. So ATC... Damn, I wish there was a way to fix that, like, after you start. So, all right, let's start over. We got to fix the call sign and the flight number. Look, I always forget to do that. All right, well, this time we won't worry about... Oh, whatever. I don't know what I'm talking about. Give me a second here. Let me just put a new battery in my vapey. In my vapey vape. All right, yeah, let's go ahead and fix that. Damn. Forgot to fix that. I always forget. It's a new thing that I'm trying to do, so... I guess that's why I forget sometimes, because it's still, like, new for me. All right, ASA1438. I think it's 1438. Yeah, 1438. What? Why are you not letting me put 1438 in? Maybe if I use the mouse, maybe it'll like it better. That's weird. Why wouldn't it let me put a flight number in? Wow, that is really weird. Let's try one more time. Why won't it let me put a... Let's see if I can just do like 1. All right, now let's try adding a 4 to it. It doesn't like the number 4. All right, well, let's do 1348 and see if that'll keep. That is really weird. It doesn't like the number 4 second. All right, well, we know what it really is, so we'll just leave that in there. That way we can get out of here. All right, let's go back to our gate. Let's do, we'll do gate 64. All right, now we're good. Well, that's weird. It wouldn't let me put in 1438. What the fuck, man? I guess Xbox or Microsoft has a problem with the number 4 being second. There's some stupid glitches in this game sometimes, I tell you. I tell you, there's some stupid shit with this game sometimes. Any flight number you want, don't put the number 4 second. We can't do that. Can't put number 4 second. Shh. Well, there's no jetway that's connected to this thing. Jesus. All right, we'll just pretend to use the stairs. How the hell is a jetway supposed to connect to this thing? All right. I'm not worried about it. We're not really loading up people that way anyways. All right, let's do battery. Let's do ground power. Let's do this. Let's get our weights set up real quick again. So we're not gonna call any of the trucks over today. We're just gonna go ahead and load up from here. So we need 7,800 kilograms of fuel. We have 144 people total, so let's put 10 in first class. And 134 in economy. And we have 3,600 kilograms of cargo, so let's do 1,000 in the front and 2,600 in the rear. All right, now let's go over here and type this all in. So let's type in 7,800. And 44. And let's put in our cargo. All right, that's all good. So that's done. Let's go ahead and set up our FMC. Let's align our IRS. I always put that on heading STS. There's nav1, there's nav2. Let's come down here now. And let's click on left or right. It doesn't make a difference. And all right, we are exactly where we left off now from before. So that's good. So let's click on route. And we have, let's see here. Give me a second. I need to fill this. I thought I just filled this bitch up. Jesus Christ. I swear there's a hole in my vape sometimes. Like before I started, I put juice in it. And it was already down like halfway. If it gets down more than halfway, it, for some reason, the type of filter I use, it doesn't stay, moist the right way. So it actually gives it like a burning kind of taste, and that is really gross. All right. All right, so we have KSAN. And we have MMSD for Paradise. We have ASA1438. 1438. That's crazy. It wouldn't let me do 1438. All right. We can't request the flight plan. We're not connected to anything. You know, there's no way to bring in the flight plan. So, not that I'm aware of, at least. Like, we're not linked up with anything. So there's no ACARs or, you know, any kind of thing that we're linked up with. So we have to type it in ourselves. So let's go to route. All right, we're there. Let's go to departure. Now we are leaving on runway 27 today. And we are doing Zizou. I have Zizou 3, but that's close enough. And we are taking Senza. Activate that. Let's execute that. We still have to turn on the ATC. We'll probably do that. I'll turn it on while we're in the air. I'm not going to worry about it now. That way we can take off on the correct runway and, you know, not have to worry about them giving us a different runway and all that bullshit like they usually do. Even though I turn on in the settings, I turn it on for them to give us the runway that we request, but it never gives me the option to do it. So I don't know. Maybe I'm missing something in the setup. I don't know. All right. So we got Tijuana VOR station. Then we have UT6. We have IMUSU. We have UT25. It's our next airway. We have LTO. And we have V4. That's our last airway. And then we have Anico, which is the beginning of our arrival. Probably going to do another 3 flights today, maybe 4. I have a couple of good routes with I found a really good airline company that flies the PC-12 a lot out in Australia. It's called the Flying Doctor Service. So we're going to recreate one of those today. I need I'm going to wait until Australia is daytime, which will be nighttime for me. So that works out pretty well. All right, and let's go to arrival. And we are actually arriving. We're doing the RNAV for 34. RNAV for 34, and Avuru is our transition. And we are doing this standard terminal arrival. That works. So let's come over, and because I want to check the route after. I'm going to check it on the map after we bring in our weights and stuff. Let's request our weights since we already filled up our plane and everything is good. But I like to do this first because it always gives us a different cruising altitude than what I choose. So if I put in the cruising altitude first and then bring in all this stuff, it's going to change it anyway. So I like to do this part first before I enter the cruising altitude. All right, our cost index today is 61 according to SimBrief. Now that using reserve fuel that we just saw, that's because we have nothing typed in up here. So we have to type in our fuel plan. So that's 7.5 is what we're expected to use for our flight today. That should go away now. Trip plus taxi. Oh, I'm sorry. It's 5.1. My bad. 5.1. There we go. That's better. All right, our cruise wind, now that should be gone now. We shouldn't. Insufficient fuel, you bitch. I knew I typed the wrong thing in. Give me a second here. It is 7.5. No, we're not using reserve fuel. We have 7760 as our block. That's what we put in, 7,800. And our takeoff fuel, yeah, minimum takeoff 75.33. Trip plus taxi is 51.27. And our gross weight is correct. Oh, trip plus taxi is 51.27. All right, we'll do 5.1. Yeah, I don't believe you. How about if we put in the correct altitude? Maybe it won't say that. Let's put in our altitude first. So we have flight level. I have never. All right, flight level 37,000 feet. And we haven't, I'm sure it's saying that also because we haven't gotten rid of any discontinuities. Let's get rid of any discontinuities in our flight plan. That could be why it's, oh no, we don't have any discontinuities actually. Strange. 1737, 12,000. All right. Yeah, I mean, all that's correct. The CG is correct. Or, yeah, I'm not worried about what that says there. I think our system is wrong. All right, 266 and 39 is our wind. All right, let's go ahead to, why is it still saying insufficient fuel? Let me look at our fuel block. So according to SimBrief, it says 7760. Trip plus taxi plus alternate 7 point. Try type in the 7.5 again. And that's using reserve fuel. All right, but that's not the correct weight there. So 7,800. We don't have an alternate plugged in. So let's do 5.5. All right, that should be okay now. All right, let's do 30 degrees higher than outside air temperature right now, so that's good. Let's do D rate number 2. All right, let's go to takeoff. Now we need to add in our runway information. So runway 27 has a slope of 0.01. And the runway wind speed right now looks like it's pretty calm. It's calm, so let's just type in a headwind. So if we're taking off on runway 27, that's 275 is the bearing. So let's do the opposite of that. So that will be 95. So let's type in 95 and like 2 knots. Let's go back here. Let's type in that, and let's type in 5. Flaps 5 is good, and that's pretty much it, other than entering in our forecast for our descent. So let's do that, and then we're all done setting up the FMS. I don't know why it was giving me so much issue with the fuel. Usually, I mean, it's not a hard thing to enter. Like, the SimBrief gives you all the info, and it tells you how much you need for taxi, takeoff, and it has the total amount, which was 7,800, and then it gives you another number, like right near it, which is what you would need for the flight, and that's always what I type in, and I never get those kind of error messages, but I just increased it by a few hundred kilograms, and now that message went away, so, yeah, I don't know why. All right, so we have 35,000 feet. We'll do 20,000 feet and 10,000 feet. And at 35, it's 241 by 135. Good Lord. 241 by 135. That's a crazy amount of wind. Good Lord. And then we have 273 by 27. And we have 303 by 10. All right, that's good. Now, see, I bet you if I go in there and type in the 5.1 now, we'll be okay. Let's see. It still says we're using reserve fuel. No, I'm stumped. Because I'm following the flight plan. Insufficient fuel. Why is it? So the reserves are 3.5. Reserve should be about 2,000. Let's type in 5.8. That is really strange that it's giving me an error for the fuel. Reserves are not 3.5. Reserves are 1.9. Maybe that's why it's giving me an error message. Let me see this here. Okay, now let me type in what I normally do. Let me do 7.5. .2. Using reserve fuel, that is crazy. Trip and taxi is 51.27. So that's what I have in there. Well, let's do 5.1, I guess. I mean, I'll fuck around with this for a few more seconds, but other than that, I'm about done with this. And let's type in 2 for reserves. All right, whatever. All right, let's check out our flight plan real quick, and then we will get the APU turned on. Well, actually, let's close the doors first so the APU will show up on our menu here. Let's get rid of the. Let's release the stairs. That should close the door automatically. Switch this over to plan. And let's click on steps right here. Yep, looks good. Looks good. All right, let's go ahead and get our APU turned on. So we can actually now turn on our yaw dampeners now that the IRS is lined up. Go ahead and put this on and start up our APU. Our fasten seatbelt signs on. Let's arm the emergency lights. We can activate the electric pumps. Let's put on the window heats. APU should be kicking on any second here. Once this gets back down to about here. I was really weird about that fuel thing. I'm not too worried about it. I don't usually get an error message, so I was trying to get rid of it. Sorry if it was a little boring, you know, that, but just trying to get rid of that message. I think we got rid of it. All right, let's turn on the bleed. Let's plug in 37,000 here. And our landing altitude today is, according to this chart, is 379. So let's just plug in 400. All right, we're now disconnected from the ground power. Let's go ahead and work on getting pushed back. I guess I can leave VORs on today. I usually turn them off, but whatever. All right, let's kick on the flight directors. The Giga Chad side, he's gonna be in charge of the plan. And let's see, is the door closed? The door is closed. And we need to push back. I always mess this up, man. This is the bane of my existence with this damn simulator is backing up in this airplane. I always get it wrong. All right, let's remove the chocks. Now that we have the parking brake on, let's select our tug. It's standard turn nose to the right. So I'm thinking, I think nose to the left is proper today. So let's try that. I think it's from inside the airplane. See, I always get it mixed up. I don't know if it's like nose to the right means from looking at it this way, or if nose to the right means like looking at it from this way. So I think it says we're going to turn with our nose to the left. So I'm thinking that I have it correct. We will see. If not, you know, it's another lesson that I guess I haven't learned yet.
Go ahead. We've been cleared for push and start, tail to the right. Copy that, ready to push, tail to the right. Parking brakes release, please.
Got it, pal.
Brakes released.
Panel lights on. Let's lower this one a little bit. This up. No, we haven't started. There we go. Now we just started moving. Let's turn the Giga Chad side up a little bit. And let's go ahead and turn on these. Them brighter. Let's turn on the rest of our fuel pumps. Have anything in the center tank today? Nope. All right, let's go ahead and put on an engine. Yeah, I got it right. So it's from inside the cabin, I guess. Wrong button.
Pushback complete. Parking brake, please. Brake set.
All right, let's that. Let's click here. Let's go back to FMC. And let's go to takeoff, because we're going to have to... Once we put our flaps down, it's going to ask us to confirm those again. All right, let's get our second engine here started. Let's turn on our traffic system. Traffic and transponder system. Set our brakes for takeoff. Let's click on data here. That gives us all the pertinent information for all the different waypoints. And I think I have live everything turned on. Yeah, we do have live everything, which is excellent. All right, very good. Let's see, does it give us our METAR? Let me see if it'll do it. Sometimes it won't do it. It'll say it's like not available. There we go, look at that, A3019. Very good. Sometimes it won't do it. All right, let's type in A3019. Very good. Let's put these on continuous. Let's turn on the 2 generators. Let's go ahead and move the isolation valve to auto. Let's turn our packs on auto. You can hear the air whooshing through the cabin now. And our taxi lights. Our APU off now. Very good, all that is set. All right, we will deal with that error message later. Let me look at our departure, because it looks like we have some altitude constraints. Senza max 23,000 feet to IPL. Senza. Okay, yeah, we're fine. Okay. We are good. Let's type in, we'll do 12,000 at first, and then we'll increase that. So let's type in 12,000 now. All right, let's go ahead and put our flaps down and then confirm our speeds. See if it asks us to confirm it. Sometimes it does. All right, so V2 is 143, so let's add 15 knots to that. So that will be 158. And our takeoff heading today is 275. All right, let's taxi. Yo, Kobe, what's up, my dude? Merry Christmas. I know in America, Merry Christmas is not a very popular thing to say anymore, but I don't give a shit. I still say it. Some people get canceled for saying Merry Christmas nowadays, but there's nothing really they can cancel from me. So I'm going to say Merry Christmas. Why are we not moving? Oh, the parking brake never got taken. It's weird. I clicked to take the parking brake off, but sometimes it just doesn't move. Yep, this is the first of 3 or 4 flights we're going to be doing today, so I do have to pick up my daughter at some point. She's over at my in-laws' house right now doing Christmas breakfast. Hopefully I'll be able to finish this flight before she contacts me. Unless she sleeps out again. That would be cool, too. She could certainly sleep out again. I certainly do not mind the house being a little less quiet for one more night. I love my children dearly, but sometimes it's very nice to not have so much noise in the house. Oh, I guess that's the old man in me coming out. Now, I've been talking off and on about doing an ASMR video, recording a flight and doing an ASMR video. I think I might actually do it later today, or at least part of the video. Because I had somebody, I had 2 people message me this past week telling me that I put them to sleep with the flight. So, so we'll see. I don't know. You know, I can understand, you know, people falling asleep while they listen to like jet engines. Like it's kind of a soothing sound. Yeah, you know, I saw those messages come across and I was like, yeah, it's kind of funny actually. Put people to sleep. So we are going to be heading today to my absolute favorite destination for vacation. I love me some Cabo San Lucas. It is my absolute favorite destination anywhere in the world. That's my favorite. Absolutely. Yep. I love me some Cabo San Lucas, that's for sure. I just typed in the VOR for Tijuana. We're only 16 miles. Tijuana. No shit. I knew it was close. I didn't know it was that close. Yeah, something about Cabo San Lucas I just love. I you know, the weather is great, the people are friendly, the food is great. Like I don't know. I've always enjoyed going there. I've been there 3 times, and each time it's been wonderful. We're going to go down to the end and loop around so we can get the whole length of the runway here. All right, there's nobody near us, so we might as well just activate all our lights that we need. Everything else is set properly. Put our heads-up display down. And when we're at our cruising altitude, we'll turn on the ATC again. And then we'll try to, you know, we'll use them and see if we can get the air marshal to show up. See if we can get the air marshal to show up so we can get taxied properly to our gate and see if the guy with the air marshal with the glow sticks, if he'll be there. Free to do the Lord's work. Doing work. All right, let's go ahead and get lined up. And once we get to the front of the runway there, we'll Increase our engine speed a little bit, then we'll click on the toga screw. We will get on out of here and on our way to paradise. Trying to click off that VOR. Couldn't do it. Couldn't do it. All right, let's give it a little more gas. Let's click on our toga screw. Oh shit, I never did arm auto throttle and VNAV and LNAV.
Positive rate of climb.
Not sure why. Oh, there's LNAV. Okay, very good. House go? That was weird. That was a weird takeoff, to be honest. I have to think about that for a second. That was definitely a strange takeoff. I don't really know what happened. Like LNAV, VNAV, none of that would. Let me put my flaps up. None of that would engage. We were losing speed. And nothing would engage. That was very weird. And I clicked on the toga screw to go to toga, but toga never happened. Like it didn't say the normal N1. Well, whatever. We're good now. That was probably my worst takeoff in this airplane. Not delivery, just the 738 in general. But we're good now, though. We solved the issue, and we're on our way. We do have a constraint of 23,000 feet, but really only until we get to Senza, and that's like right here. So we're okay. Let's type in 23,000. Our flaps are up all the way. Yep, they are. All good. Let's increase our let's put on traffic, and let's increase our distance a little bit here. We are good now. Small little naval base there. At least it was a naval base at one point. I don't know if it still is. And then that's our airport right there. turn off some lights. Looks like we have pretty clear weather flying today. I have the weather map pulled up on Navigraph, and it doesn't look like there's really any weather we need to worry about right now. That landing last night was pretty wild, man. I can't remember the last time I landed in a rainstorm like that. That was pretty cool. When we were flying to Kuala Lumpur last night. We are pretty much getting ready to cross into Mexico once we hit Tijuana. All right, let's put our, let's say 29.2, 29.3. Let's increase our altitude a little bit. There we go. We officially are passing Tijuana. And up our first airway of UT6. (13.2). Let me turn off this VOR here. And we'll turn off Giga Chad's because he's a fucking douchebag, Giga Chad. My co-pilot, Giga Chad, he's a douchebag. All right, and our next VOR station is 113.2. There's really no reason to, like, I don't need to type these in. I'm just doing it. I'm just doing it just to do it. And that's Arroyo La Paz. The airport there is, what's the airport there? Yeah, Laredo International. It's Laredo, Mexico. Right, we can put up our display here, and we might as well sit inside the cockpit for a second. So we can click on standard here. Very good. We can click on standard. Turn the mouse off now. So we are on our way. Let's see where we're at right now. Cerrito. We're on our way close to Ensenada. What's our transition actually? So 19.5 is our transition on the way down. So 19,500 feet is when we got to switch off the standard pressure. I wonder if this will be the flight where we finally get some sort of failure. In some ways it would be really cool, and in some ways I hope we don't. In some ways I hope we don't get any failures. Once we get up to cruising altitude, I'll turn the ATC back on. So far, it's been kind of nice not hearing them chiming in my ear every couple of minutes. Playing a little farming simulator this morning when I woke up. I got that platinum expansion they have. It's on sale for, it was like 60% off, so I picked it up. So it's pretty cool. I like the new region that they have, the new crops that they have. They have now carrots and carrots and radishes. And something else, some new equipment. So that was pretty cool. And I'm gonna buy. I think I'm gonna buy Subnautica for myself again later today, because it's only like I played Subnautica on PS4. Never played it on this next gen console, and they have it on sale right now for $9. And for $9 for the original Subnautica is excellent. I love the original Subnautica. That's a fun game to play. Why we're in the yellow right now. That's the 0.795. Wow. Is it really that? That seems kind of fast for a Mach speed. Let me see what the sim brief says here. Oh yeah, they got 0.80. Okay. Well, seems kind of fast. Real de Castillo airstrip. I've flown over this terrain 3 times in my life. Well, actually 6 times, I guess. Forward and back. 3 times 2, 3 times back. This RNAV landing that's going to happen today is pretty straightforward from what the chart looks like. They have a VOR station there, so there's a very good chance that we'll be able to use a glide path, and we'll be able to use the localizer as well. I'm sorry, the VOR station there we can use sort of like a localizer, and we should be able to pick up a glide path, which is very similar to a glide scope. Like the glide scope's younger brother, pretty much. Yeah, it's almost on point with a glide scope. It's just not as precise. Yeah, when you're coming in for an RNAV landing, really in any plane, as long as there's a VOR station at the airport, you can plug that frequency in and click approach, when you're getting lined up with it, click approach, and on your display it should say FAC, and then you may have a glide path icon, G/P, show up as well. And then you'll come in kind of like an ILS landing where you really don't have to do much at all. It'll take the plane down itself. It just doesn't have the capability of like rolling out, flaring, sometimes landing on its own. So you may still have to do the actual landing, but it'll bring you down pretty close to the ground, you know, without much input at all on your part. Is that Ensenada over there? That could be. That could be Ensenada, or that could be it. I know it's around here somewhere over there on the coast. Now there's no required navigation performance that I can see, so I'm guessing it's probably going to be like the standard 0.3, the required navigation performance. That seems to be fairly standard across the board with these type of landings, unless the chart specifically says, or we're not anywhere close to Ensenada yet. We have to go past, have we already passed it? Oh man, we're way past it already. Never mind. Oh no, actually no, we're not. That could be Ensenada right there. I think that's Ensenada right over here. But yeah, unless the chart specifically states what the required navigation performance is supposed to be, then usually 0.3 is a pretty good threshold for the tolerance of that system. Now we should be switching over to Mach numbers at this point. Yep, there we go. Usually when you cross 30,000 feet, that's when the system will start using Mach for the speed that it shows instead of knots or indicated. All right, let's 40. Let's turn G mouse on. Increase our speed a bit. There's no clouds, so I don't mind increasing the speed and being outside. There's nothing for it to really have an issue with rendering. And this system here from PMDG has an amazing system for increasing the speed of the sim. It's way better than Microsoft's. It must be getting to a waypoint, that's why it slowed down. Yep. I think that is so awesome that it slows down when we get the waypoints. Let's turn off the increase for now. Let's let it finish climbing. Click on progress here. We got 613 miles till we get to Cabo San Lucas. Works for me, and I wish I was on this plane in real life. I'd give almost anything right now to be on a plane heading to Cabo San Lucas. Came very close at one point to looking into moving there, actually. Like I really was close to like trying to find a job down there and housing and all that, but I had my kids were very young at the time, and I wasn't sure how the school systems were down there, medical attention and stuff like that. It's pretty much just a resort area, and then the outskirts of that are not kind of what we were looking for back then, but might be time to start considering it now that the kids are young adults at this point. I mean, Got an 18-year-old son, and my daughter will be 15 in a couple of months. It's crazy seeing them grow up because, like, it's exciting seeing them get older, but it's also sad because each year they get older, it's another year that I'm getting older. So, like, with an 18-year-old now, I'm like, man, has it really been almost 20 years? Like, man, just the time sometimes when you're an adult and you have kids, the time goes by so quick sometimes, man. It's like, before you know it, it's like 10 years later. You're like, well, what the fuck happened, man? Like, what where did they go? Where did all the time go? All right, we got 130 miles to our next waypoint. Let's go ahead and increase the speed. Have to use the mouse for it. For some reason, I can't use my controller. Go sit up in first class for a little bit. Sit in first class? Will it let me? Why is this thing being so weird? Bye. This would be the view that I would have right here. I don't know if I'd be in first class, but I would definitely be looking out the window for sure. I always take a window seat. Why do we slow down? Yo, we burned through that quick as shit. Jesus, God almighty. We were just at 130 miles. All right, a Nico is over, so that says 20,000, right? So, and the one after that, the one after that should be under 15,000. Let's type in 308 and we'll make it a hard 23,000, not 23,000 and above. We'll probably change our top of descent. Yeah, we got 350 miles to the top of our descent. That's okay. And the ground is so cool looking, isn't it? Like, what has to happen for the ground to look like that? Like, I know it's like millions of years and like water pouring over it, weather and all kinds of stuff. You know, what has to happen for it to like get those shapes? And I've listened to a couple of people talk about it before, like on the Joe Rogan podcast. They had, I think it was a geologist. I forget their names, but they used to talk about like the Younger Dryas people and what? I don't have picks. I have a pick. I thought you had a pick.
I don't know.
Weren't you just using one?
No.
Oh. Yeah, I have one pick. Pick of Destiny.
What's the
Oh, if you go in my room, can you stay here so I can finish telling you? Next to my bed, that giant box, it should be like on top. It's inside a plastic bag, and it's a little white bag from the bakery. But yeah, there's one cookie in there. Cheers. Big ass cookie. Nonetheless, still a cookie. All right, here we go. We picked up some speed again. Yeah, it's just wild, the terrain of the Earth. Like, was all this underwater at one point? And just the water currents over the millions of years just going against it? Is that what gave it, like, all the different, like, ridges and shapes? Or was it, like, a combination of strong winds and rains or lava? You know, like, what had to happen to get, like, the different colors? I don't know. I just find that stuff to be kind of fascinating. Yeah, this simulator is not, it's not very, it doesn't really like it when I go outside at this speed. It's for some reason, the simulator becomes a little unhappy. Starts getting happy and then it slows down again. We have about 300 to our descent. Let's go get a snack. Let's go back to economy and see how my people are doing. This is kind of, my seat would be right around here normally. I usually sit over top of the wing. I usually sit actually in the, like, I usually get a seat like right around here because I like watching the flaps go down. So I usually get a seat like right around here because I like looking at the flaps. This would more than likely be my seat right here. Look, you can see like the heat from the exhaust coming out of the back. There you go, man. Now we're picking up some speed again. Well, we were, at least. That new plane I bought, I might fly that one again next. Maybe. Or I might do that one tonight. That Piper Meridian, the M500 that I bought, that plane, it has action cameras you can choose to have on. And like when you put the flaps down, the camera goes to the outside and it like goes where the flaps are so you can watch the flaps go down. Or when you put the landing gear up or down, it goes to like the bottom of the plane so you can watch it. When you connect the ground power unit, it goes to the outside. And I mean, it's got some, that plane surprised me. That plane's got a lot of cool features to it. Merry Christmas and Happy New Year. When I was growing up, the Merry Christmas song from Run DMC was huge. I was cooking rice and collard greens. I tell you what, let's sit in our usual spot just for a few minutes, like maybe 2 or 3 minutes. because that speed increase it really doesn't do well when we're outside the airplane looking at everything. It likes it when we're kind of like in one spot. See, now it's clicking down pretty quick again. See how fast it's clicking down? Because we're not sitting outside where the outside has to render and all that. We're just looking at something that's not going to change, so it can really go to town with the speed. And we should slow down a little bit right before this waypoint, make the turn past the waypoint, and then about a half a mile to a mile after the waypoint, it'll start picking up its speed again. We got 182 into our descent. Zulu. Merry New Year! Alright, I think I'm gonna take a little nap after this. Put on a movie and take me a little nap. Put on the Hateful Eight or a little Django Unchained and sit back in my chair here, close my eyes for half an hour or so. And the sounds of the engine do kind of put me to sleep too. Not in real life. I can't sleep on an airplane in real life. A lot of people can. I'm not one of those people. let's take off the. We'll take off the speed increase here in a moment. So we only got about 11 miles. I mean, 11 minutes into the top of our descent. There we go, we're in regular speed again. Now let's set up our heads-up display for landing. Let's get the runway information. Oh yeah, we still need to turn on the ATC. Let's do that now actually. No, not notifications. Piloting. Okay, turn on ATC communications. And user experience, ATC enforced flight plan. And ATC voices. All right, now let's set up our, so let's click on mode. This changes it to landing mode. I think IMC is for like ILS and this is visual. So, or this is for instrument. All right, let's click on runway. Let's put in the elevation of the runway. That's 318. And let's plug in our length of the runway, so it's 9856. And now that we have the height and the length, now our reticle should be right smack in the center of the touchdown zone. Let me plug in the VOR station for Cabo, that is 114. Let's plug it in over here as well. Plug in 20,000. So we have 17,000 feet to get to a Nico, and that's 140 some, 120 some miles away. 17, 34, 51. Yeah, all right, we're good. This island right here, that's La Palma Sola. And then the little one right after it is El Perdido. Punta Coyote. Getting close, my friends. We are very close to Cabo San Lucas. Best place in the world. Place in the world, Cabo San Lucas, my favorite, my absolute favorite place. We got 78 miles to a Nico. Activate VNAV here again very soon. I think it only rains like 3 or 4 times a year in Cabo. Other than that, it's like around 75 to like 95 degrees all year round. All right, let's click on VNAV. We will start deplaning. We'll start descending at the top of our descent marker. So we're really not much to do right now except just wait for it to start descending. Make sure we get to 20,000 feet in time. Make sure we don't overspeed. Listening to the sound of the airplane's engines. It's kind of relaxing. I can see how those two people fell asleep while they were while they were watching my video. There we go. Let's actually change our required navigation performance to 0.3. And let's come over here and choose this page here. I like this page. It shows us if we're too high or too low. It shows it to us in feet. Good. This green arc here is telling us, it's saying, hey guys, I think this is where we're going to be in our route. I think that's where we're going to be at 20,000 feet. And that's just our navigation's way of saying, hey guys, I think that's where we're going to be at 20,000 feet. When we get a little bit closer, I'll move it to 15,000. So, you know, once we turn, we'll have the arc where it needs to be there. Yeah, this is a pretty straightforward landing today. It's not, you know, pretty straightforward. We should probably put our seatbelt signs back on. Let everybody know to go sit down. Let's actually tell them. Hey guys, put your seatbelts on. Put your seatbelts on. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Listen very well. All right, our final course tonight is 346. So let's plug in 346. Get the METAR information up. Putting in the Navigraph. Actually, let's see if they'll have it on here too. I'm curious. Because they had it for San Francisco. No, it doesn't have our... Alright, no worries. right, let's plug in 15,000. That's our next altitude. Now, on the chart for a Nico, it's we need to be over 20,000 feet, so we should be fine for a Nico, but we definitely need to be at 15,000 or below for Marix. All right, let's set our brakes for landing. Let's set up our approach. So our VREF speed will be 142. There we go, 145. So, right, and our decision height today is 503. Right, and let's set our pressure because our transition is at 19.5 and we are at 30.06. That down. Let's change GigaChad side over to this right here. And let's adjust this to 12,000 feet. And let's do 250 at 11,000. Very good. I'm not sure yet if we're going to have to do a speed intervention yet or not. We will see. And Avaru, let's do 206 at 5,000 feet. And SD901 is not 29 or above, it's 2,900 even. So let's do 160, 2,900. All right, things are looking good so far. Punta Pescadero. We have our decel point coming up. We're probably going to have to... Oops. My fault. I didn't mean to turn that off. We may have to play with the flaps of the speed brakes a little bit here coming up, so we will see. Usually I do a speed intervention. You know, this button here, click it, and then choose my own speed. I'm trying to see if the FMC will do this for us. Yeah, let's do a speed intervention here. I'm not exactly sure why our plane is not turning, you know, following the LNAV. So let's just go into heading mode for now. Oh, no wonder. The fucking... Jesus Christ. Autopilot wasn't on. How did that happen? No wonder. All right, let's hold our altitude. No wonder. All right, let's plug in 4,000 because we do need to be at 4,000 by Avaru. That's crazy. I don't know how the autopilot got kicked off. I'm like, why are we not stopping? Like, why are we not stopping at the altitudes anymore? Yeah, I know our target altitude is off. I'm sorry. That was an accident. I don't know how the autopilot got kicked off. That was strange. Very strange. I think we're okay now. That was weird. Weird. There's our airport right there. I think we got everything under control now. Now that now that the autopilot is still on. That was weird. I was like, why are we not stopping? Why are we not stopping at our altitude? I had no idea the autopilot was off. So as you can see, we have FAC, which I forget what stands for, and then GP for glide path. So we have essentially the RNAV version of an ILS landing getting ready to happen. Now, usually with the ILS landing, we can click on the second autopilot and it'll do a category 3 landing. If you click on it today, all it does is just flip from one side to the other. It doesn't do anything to enhance the landing. Yeah, the destination, Cabo San Lucas, the city, is 25 kilometers that way. That's where all the magic happens. Everything else along here, it's all resorts and hotels and all that. But yeah, man, it's a lot of fun things to do in the mountains too. A lot of excursions you can do, you know, rock climbing, zip lining. We switched our mode and we plugged in the elevation and the length of the runway. Now that reticle is right on point. It should be right smack dab in the middle of the touchdown zone. But this display here is great because it has, like, you know, our speed. It's got, you know, what type of, you know, autopilot is for the landing, you know, the angle of our descent, you know, the navigation performance, our ground speed, you know, our target, like VREF speed, how far we are over the ground. It's got like, you know, our, you know, heading, glide path or glide scope. This would say, you know, LOR, sorry, LOC for localizer or FAC for the mode that we're in now. So yeah, when you switch the modes of the heading of the heads-up display and you input that little bit of info, it really changes this to make it much better. At least for me, I find it much better for landings.
Approaching minimum. Minimums. 100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
How did we stop? No, we didn't stop. Okay. All right, let's see if we have an air marshal. Pretty good flight. That was a lot of fun. For me, it was a lot of fun. Get a good view for the air marshal. Hopefully he's there. I think I see our dude. I think I see our person. Yeah, boy. I see you waving me over. We made it. Yes, sir. Here in lovely Cabo San Lucas. All right, that's it for the first episode of the day, my friends. I certainly do appreciate everybody who tuned in and joined along. Please click subscribe. Please click the thumbs up before you leave. And we will do something else a little bit later today. I got to do a few things. And I'm sure y'all got to do a few things. But I will see y'all very soon on the episode of the Airplane Show. We might do our first ASMR. I don't know why I'm laughing. I don't know. Maybe it's funny. I don't know. But we might do our first ASMR video, or at least part of an ASMR. We'll see how it goes. So anyways, that's about it, my friends. I will see y'all later over the beautiful skies of Mother Earth on the next episode of the Airplane.